Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Wednesday is new review day here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the latest release from a kind of project of Mr. Billy Sherwood, of course, bassist, vocalist, multi-instrumentalist from, yes, this is the Prog Collective. This is their latest release. God, they've been going on 14 years doing these Prog Collective albums. Dark Encounters is their latest. Of course, look at that Roger Deanish looking artwork. This is on Purple Pyramid Records. As you can imagine, with the Prog Collective releases, there are a host of guest stars on here. These are, let's be real. These are basically Billy Sherwood solo albums where he brings in all these guest stars to help complete the tracks. It's called the Prog Collective. I haven't heard a lot of these. I heard a couple here and there. They don't sound all that proggy to me. And I have the same issue with this particular album right here. But loads of people on here. Let me tell you. First of all, Billy sings, plays bass and guitars and some drums on basically everything. So he does all the instrumentation. But then there are all sorts of guests, either instrumentalists or vocalists, who appear on the album. So we've got, I'm just going to go through the tracks and I'm going to kind of like read you who's on what. Darkest Hour features Steve Stevens. Of course, Steve Stevens from Billy Idol. Played with Tony Levin. Played with Vince Neil. Lots of solo records, right? Steve, great guitar player. Ominous Signs features Steve Morse, of course, from the Dixie Dregs Steve Morse Band, Deep Purple, Kansas. At the Gates features David Cross, formerly of King Crimson. Dark Days features Ron Bumblefoot Thal, of course, Guns N' Roses, Whom Gods Destroy, all that stuff. Patrick Moraz and Omar Hakim. Patrick Moraz, of course, on keyboards, Omar on drums. Lonely Landscape features Kazim Sultan from Utopia. The Long Night features Frank Domino from Angel and Marco Miniman, the great drummer. You got the Quasi Effect, features Billy Sherwood. That's all Billy Sherwood. I don't believe anybody else is on that. Yeah, he's just basically doing everything on that. You've got the 11th Hour, features John Etheridge from Soft Machine. Between Two Worlds features Steve Hillage and Greg Bissonette. Steve on guitar, of course, formerly of Gong. Greg Bissonette, David Lee Roth Band, lots of other things. Distant Thunder features Todd Zuckerman, drummer from Styx. Dark Money features Joe Bouchard, formerly of Blue Oyster Cult, and he is playing on here, Mr. Bouchard. What is he playing on here? I think guitars and bass, I think. Bass, all right. We got For All to See features Pat Mastelotto on drums, and Beyond Reason features Chad Wackerman on drums. And you got a couple bonus tracks for the CD, a remake of I Saw the Light, Todd Rundgren on vocals and Rick Wakeman on piano mostly. And then I'm Not in Love, an instrumental version of that featuring Rick Wakeman and Nectar. It's actually not an instrumental version. That's what it says on here. There's actually vocals in it. Go figure, right? Anyway, so now that I've got that all out of the way, what do I think of this album? To be honest with you, very honest with you, when I got it, I loved the cover. I was like, oh, cool, you know, they try to make it look really proggy. You kind of get excited by seeing all the guest stars and all that kind of stuff. And quite frankly, this album is pretty damn boring. It's just mid-tempo, kind of spacey. I wouldn't even call it prog. It's just like 4/4 bluesy rock. Maybe some of it's kind of like space rockish, with some of the guest stars coming in and dropping in a solo or two and then getting out of Dodge. Honestly, I don't get much excitement out of any of this. This is something I really want to like because I love all these people that are on this, right? It's just kind of just blah stuff. You know, Steve Stevens sounds good on Darkest Hour. It's one of the better tracks on here. Steve Morse is doing some cool stuff on Ominous Signs. The 11th Hour, I want to like it. It just doesn't really go anywhere. Etheridge is playing some good solos on that. I kind of dig it. Between Two Worlds, doesn't really do much. They don't give Steve Hillage all that much to do. Distant Thunder, Dark Money, it's okay. Beyond Reason is kind of cool. You know, Chad's doing some cool drumming on there. Part of the song wants to be kind of fusion, but it's really not. I think both the bonus tracks are kind of dreary. Todd still sounds great on I Saw the Light, but you miss that old vibrant kind of arrangement, and Rick is just kind of tinkling away on the pianos. And then I'm Not in Love, which features Rick Wakeman and Nectar. Again, who's doing what, I don't really know. It doesn't really say. It's just, I mean, the 10cc original is just so brilliant. This really isn't. It's just kind of flat, just kind of like lackluster. I don't know, that's the way I feel about the whole album. It's just really lackluster. It sounds good, it's nice, but it's too nice. It doesn't take any chances. There's nothing really daring on there. It's just basically, one track sounds the same as the other. Just kind of boring, go nowhere arrangements with these guest stars coming in and dropping it a little something, and honestly, much of it is not even doing all that much. It's like nobody really prepared much for this, and to me, it just comes across really, really flat and just uninspiring. Again, I know loads of people love this stuff. If this is your thing, hey, go for it. For me personally, I don't get anything out of this. I listened to this a couple times. I'm just kind of like, man, I want something to grab me. I want something, there's a ton of tracks. Nothing is particularly proggy. Where's all the big complex instrumentation? Where's all the kind of daring and inspiring solo spots? Most of the solo spots are just kind of like there. Sorry, folks. 2 out of 5 star. The Prog Collective Dark Encounters. I wanted to like it. Ultimately, I don't. Your mileage may vary. So if you've heard it, let us know what you think in the comments below. Otherwise, go out and check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Have a good one, everybody. More reviews coming at you. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.